Hi, welcome to EPG's Pathshala Spanish. I am Rajiv Saxena and I teach Spanish in the Center of Spanish, Portuguese, Italian and Latin American Studies in the Jawaharlal Nehru University, New Delhi. We are in the paper entitled Intermediate Grammar. We are going to be dealing in this module about the direct and indirect speech. The objective of this module is to deal with the direct and indirect speech in Spanish. We often replace direct speech with indirect speech while we make conversations, and that is why learning of this topic comes in very handy for Spanish learners too. So pull up your socks and try to learn direct and indirect speech in Spanish as soon as possible. We will only deal with the present tense here, as the past tense direct and indirect speeches will be dealt with in the advanced grammar paper, which is going to be coming after this. Remember that indirect speech can also be called reported speech. When a speaker wants to report what someone said, he or she can use direct or reported indirect speech. So, when a speaker wants to report what someone said, he or she can use direct or reported indirect speech. In direct speech, the speaker expresses the exact words that the person said. So, ella dijo, hola, ¿cómo estás? She said, hello, how are you? Él exclamó, esa casa es muy bonita. He exclaimed, this house is beautiful. In indirect speech, reported speech, the speaker changes the way the words were expressed by this person. Direct speech. Amar le dijo a Suresh, he estado comiendo con unos amigos. Amar said to Suresh, I have been eating with some friends. So, Amar le dijo a Suresh, he estado comiendo con algunos amigos. Reported speech or indirect speech would be Amar le dijo a Suresh que él había estado comiendo con unos amigos. Amar said to Suresh or told Suresh that he had been eating with some friends. So, the reported speech is Amar le dijo a Suresh que él había estado comiendo con unos amigos. When a past reporting verb is used, for example, dijo in this case, the tense in reported speech normally changes. So, in direct speech, Mira le dijo a su padre, creo que estoy enferma. Mira said to her father, I think that I am sick, is the direct speech. When we use the reported speech, Mira le dijo a su padre que ella creía que estaba enferma. Mira told her father that she thought that she was sick. So, the reported speech here is Mira le dijo a su padre que ella creía que estaba enferma. You will also learn the past reported speech later on in detail, as you will be much more comfortable when you have learned about subjunctive. When a present reporting verb is used, for example, dice, the tense does not change. So, when we are reporting in the present, then the tense does not change. Direct speech. Mira le dice a Juan, no me gusta el barrio en el que vives. Mira says to Juan, I don't like the neighborhood you live in. Mira le dice a Juan, no me gusta el barrio en que vives. So, the reported speech will be, Mira le dice a Juan que a ella no le gusta el barrio en el que vive. So, the reported speech in English would be, Mira says to Juan that she doesn't like the neighborhood he lives in. Mira le dice a Juan que a ella no le gusta el barrio en que él vive. What are the changes in the tense? In the direct speech, the simple present, for example, dijo apruebo el examen. In the indirect speech or reported speech, the past imperfect is used. Dijo que aprobaba el examen. So, in the imperative, dijo aprueba el examen. The subjunctive, dijo que apruebes el examen. Or the simple future, dijo aprobarás el examen. Or the conditional, dijo que aprobarías el examen. I repeat, in the imperative, it would be dijo aprueba el examen. Subjunctive, dijo que apruebes el examen. Simple future, dijo aprobarás el examen. O conditional, dijo que aprobarías el examen. In the future perfect, it would be dijo habrás aprobado el examen. Or in the conditional perfect, it would be dijo que habrías aprobado el examen. In the preterite or the simple past, it would be dijo aprobé el examen. In the past perfect, it would be dijo que había aprobado el examen. Quickly, let's revise this again. Future perfect, dijo habrás aprobado el examen. Conditional perfect, dijo que habrías aprobado el examen. The preterite or the simple past, dijo aprobé el examen. Or the past perfect, dijo que había aprobado el examen. The present perfect, for example, has the conjugation as dijo he aprobado el examen. The past perfect would be dijo que había aprobado el examen. The present subjunctive would be ojalá apruebe el examen. And the past subjunctive of the same sentence would be dijo que ojalá aprobará el examen. I repeat, present perfect, dijo he aprobado el examen. Past perfect, dijo que había aprobado el examen. Present subjunctive, dijo ojalá apruebe el examen. And the past subjunctive, dijo que ojalá aprobará el examen. The present perfect subjunctive would be dijo ojalá haya aprobado el examen. The past perfect subjunctive would be dijo que ojalá hubiera aprobado el examen. This is a bit difficult, so try and understand it that the present perfect subjunctive says dijo ojalá haya aprobado el examen, and the past perfect subjunctive would be dijo que ojalá hubiera aprobado el examen. Remember that the changes with the past will be dealt in the advanced grammar paper. The future tense changes into the conditional. In the direct speech, yo les dije, no iré con vosotros a esta fiesta tan extraña. So the direct speech is, yo les dije, no iré con vosotros a esta fiesta tan extraña. I told them, I won't go with you to such a strange party. So the reported or the indirect speech of this sentence would be, so the same example in the reported speech would be, yo les dije que no iría con ellos a esa fiesta tan extraña. I told them that I wouldn't go with them to such a strange party. Yo les dije que no iría con ellos a esa fiesta tan extraña. The conditional does not change. Direct speech. For example, yo le dije a mi madre, me gustaría tener una moto. I said to my mother, I would like to have a motorcycle. The direct speech is very clear that it is using the conditional. Me gustaría tener una moto. This does not change in the reported speech. Yo le dije a mi madre que me gustaría tener una moto. Yo le dije a mi madre que me gustaría tener una moto. I told my mother that I would like to have a motorcycle. So, the like, gustaría, does not change in the direct speech or in the reported speech. In reporting something that is still true, the first verb of the verb sequence, that is after the reporting verb, doesn't have to be changed. Elio dijo que Juan tenía dos niños. She said that Juan has two children. So, ella dijo que Juan tiene or Juan tenía dos niños. Both are acceptable. But the tense is always changed when there is a difference between what was said and what is really the case. Ella dijo que Juan tenía dos niños, pero en realidad tiene tres. She said that Juan had two children, but in fact he has three. So the tense changes from tenía to tiene. Let's repeat. Ella dijo a Juan que tenía dos niños, pero en realidad tiene tres. Which are the changes in the parts of speech? It is very clear that when the person reporting speaks in a different place or at a different time, there are other changes apart from tense changes. So, when a person reporting speaks in a different place or at a different time, there are other changes apart from tense changes. Words like aquí, ahora, mañana, and so on need to be changed if the person reporting is in a different place at a period of time after the reported sentence was originally said. So, we would like to go on to talk about some common phrases and some examples. Direct speech, aquí, acá. Reported speech, allí, allá. Direct speech, esta mañana, tarde, noche. Reported speech, esa, aquella mañana, tarde, noche. Hoy, ese, aquel día. Mañana, el día siguiente. Ayer, el día antes o el día anterior. These are the changes which come. Or for example, el lunes que viene becomes al lunes siguiente. La semana que viene becomes a la semana siguiente. El o la que viene siguiente becomes al o a la, etc. Hace un año becomes hacía un año. Hace tiempo becomes hacía tiempo. Este, esta, esto becomes ese or aquel. Esa, aquella becomes eso, aquello. Estos, estas becomes esos, aquellos, and esas, aquellas. Demonstratives can also change to definite articles in reported speech. So, the demonstratives also change to definite articles in a reported speech. The possessives and object pronouns depend on the person or persons talking about it in the narration. So, for example, we have a direct speech like Elia le dijo a Sudesh, hoy no quiero salir. The direct speech in English would be, she said to Sudesh, I do not want to go out today. Hoy no quiero salir. The reported speech of this sentence would be, Elia le dijo a Sudesh que no quería salir ese día. Or, Elia le dijo a Sudesh que ese día no quería salir. So, both these options are correct and valid. Elia le dijo a Sudesh que no quería salir ese día, or Elia le dijo a Sudesh que ese día no quería salir. When the person reporting is in a different place, the verb venir can change to ir and the verb traer can change to llevar. So, for example, we have the direct speech of yo les dije a mis amigos, tienes que venir a mi casa esa noche. Yo les dije a mis amigos, tienes que venir a mi casa esa noche. I said to my friends, you have to come to my house tonight. Reported speech would be, yo les dije a mis amigos que tenían que ir a mi casa esa noche. I told my friends that they had to come to my house that night. Yo les dije a mis amigos que tenían que ir a mi casa esa noche. So, verbs like traer and even venir needn't change when the reporting person is mentally situated in the place reported. So, traer and venir don't change when the reporting person is mentally situated in the place reported. So, for example, we can take direct speech. Ella le dijo a él, debemos traer los libros esta noche. She said to him, you must bring the books tonight. Ella le dijo a él, debes traer los libros esta noche. In the reported speech, ella le dijo a él que debía traer or debía llevar los libros esta noche. So the reported speech says that she told him that he had to bring the books that night. Ella le dijo a él que debía traer, llevar los libros esta noche. All these rules must be applied to independent sentences. This means that words like que, cuando, mientras, si, and so on indicate the beginning of another sentence, except que in the verb tener que. So, words like que, cuando, mientras, si, and so on, we have to be careful because they indicate the beginning of another sentence, except que in the verb tener que. So, reporting verbs like admitir, to admit, advertir, to warn, añadir, to add, or argumentar, to argue, are the verbs which are considered as the reporting verbs. Apart from this, we also have verbs like asegurar, to assure, avisar, to inform, to notify, comentar, to comment, to remark, contar, to tell, contestar, to answer, exclamar, to exclaim. All these are considered to be reporting verbs. Apart from this, we have explicar, to explain, murmurar, to murmur, objetar, to object, observar, to observe, preguntarse, which is again a reflexive, to wonder, prometer, to promise. All these are a part of the reporting verbs. Quejarse de, to complain. Querer saber, to want to know. Recordar, to remember, remind. Please take a printout of all these verbs and learn them up so that you can use them easily for your reporting speech. These reporting verbs can be used either in the imperfect or in the preterite tense, but the latter is much more common, so that in preterite tense we use the reporting tense much more because the person reporting usually considers the sentence being reported as something finished in the past. That is why preterite is being used. Sentences in which the subject denies something can be reported by the verb negar, followed by the infinitive or subjunctive structures. So, sentences in which the subject denies something that can be reported, then we put the verb negar. Refusals are reported by the pronominal verb negarse a, followed only by the infinitive. So, for example, we have a direct speech which says, él dice, Yo no tengo nada que ver con este robo. He says, I have nothing to do with that theft. Él dice, yo no tengo nada que ver con este robo. Reported speech. Él niega tener nada que ver con este robo. O él niega que tiene nada que ver con este robo. He denies having anything to do with that theft. Let us revise everything just once more. Reporting what someone has said can be a difficult task, and especially so in a foreign language. The first question to ask yourself is, did the speaker give information or ask a favor? For example, let us imagine that my neighbor Joe says, there's a mouse in my house. He has just given me information. Now, if Joe says, give me a mouse trap, he is asking for a favor. It is important to distinguish between the two because it will determine how I report what Joe said to a third party. For example, let us now imagine that my Ben friend did not hear Joe and he asks what he said. So Ben wants to know what Joe said. For the first sentence, I would respond, Joe said that there was a mouse in his house. The second sentence would require a different form. Joe told me or asked me to give him a mouse trap. When reporting occurs, information in Spanish, two changes happen. Firstly, the tense changes from the present. For example, dice I to the past. Example, dijo había. Secondly, K must be used to separate the first verb-subject combination, for example, Juan dijo, and the information, for example, había un ratón en la casa. Reporting a favor is more complicated matter. In addition to the changes made when reporting information, you must use the past subjunctive to express the favor that has been asked. Example, diera. And in most cases, you will need to add an object pronoun, for example, le. So, in addition to the changes made when reporting information, you have to use the past subjunctive to express the favor that has been asked, for example, diera, and in most cases, you will need to add an object pronoun, for example, le. So, to conclude, I would like to end by saying that we have tried to cover as much as possible about the direct and indirect speech in this module, but this still requires a lot of practice to make you perfect in Spanish. So we need to do the exercises that are in the self-assessment to learn how to use this. Once learned, its uses have wide application in Spanish language, and direct and indirect speech is really not a difficult thing to master. Thank you.